Some games get released and are really good. Some games release and are a lot worse than I would like them to be. But every now and again, a game comes out of nowhere, reinvents the wheel, and raises the bar for the entire industry. Back in 2018, Santa Monica Studios released a game so incredible, it edged its way to Game of the Year, beating one of the greatest games in history, Red Dead Redemption 2. But how does it hold up over 5 years later? Well, let me tell you, because the algorithm believes my opinion matters to you, so let's get on with it. If you don't mind, it would mean the world if you gave this video a like. Liking helps YouTube share my videos to new people, and it means I can finally get revenge on all the actors that beat me in that pantomime audition this summer. The dirty clatty gets! God of War is quite frankly one of the best games you will ever play in your life. You play as Kratos, the god of war, who back in his young PS2 days massacred the entire Greek pantheon for revenge. Now he is older and moved to the realm of the Norse gods. He, however, is hiding out, caring for his son, Atreus. This story isn't about destroying the gods, no. Kratos wants to put his past behind him and live a quiet life. The goal is for Kratos and Atreus to scatter the ashes of his dead wife at the highest peak in all the realms. Unfortunately for Kratos and Atreus, this is a God of War game, and every 20 feet of this journey, he's getting jumped by all kinds of monsters and things. But there are things keeping Kratos alive in these situations. The Leviathan axe, the weapon that used to belong to Faye, his dead wife. It is powerful, and the combat in the game with this weapon is a contender for best combat in gaming history. You can throw the axe and it will come back to you. That animation of the axe flying back to Kratos is super satisfying. When Kratos hits something with this axe, it sticks to them ever so slightly, and it just feels brilliant to play. Kratos is an absolute machine, but he is holding back his true strength because he wants to forget who he was before. He doesn't want anyone to know what he truly is. You will come into contact with gigantic monsters and Asgardian gods that want to kill Kratos, but they don't truly understand who they're fighting, and the few moments when Kratos stops holding back is when it is a last resort. When that happens, nothing in this game can stop him. This is what we call the Spartan Rage. Once you have hit enough combos, you can unleash Kratos at his full power for only a few seconds, and it is glorious to play. Not only is the combat next level in this game, the story and the acting in this are literally movie quality. The story of Kratos and Atreus is the heart of the game, and the character development of both is a joy to watch. You meet other great characters in this game, including the main villain of this game, Baldur, the brother of Thor, who is cursed with immortality. How do you kill that which has no life? But not even Baldur, gigantic dragons, or the massive trolls can get near you, gamer, because Kratos has another secret weapon up his sleeve.
Get this delivered to your house.
There you go. Thank you.
It is a weapon called Bear McCreary, who has composed one of the most phenomenal scores of all time for this game. The second that music starts blasting through your headphones when a gang of Draugr show up, you are just too fired up to lose. You will be ripping them in half with your bare hands in no time, except the Valkyrie, they'll mess you up. The graphics in the game are phenomenal on the PS4, but it is one of the best games to play on the PS5 with the backwards compatibility. It bumps it all the way up to 4K and even 60 frames per second. Yes, it's good, isn't it? It is not an RPG, but there are some elements of an RPG to it. You can unlock loads of different armors for Kratos, upgrade his axe and things like that. Nothing crazy, but enough to keep us RPG fans satisfied. God of War is also one shot. It is the one shot that follows Kratos all the way to the end, and the camera is always right over Kratos' shoulder, which is where I love a camera to be for my third-person games. Now, there's another plus to that. The original God of War games were amazing, and what they did was they would pan out whenever a giant monster was in front of Kratos, and they would pan all the way out to show how tiny Kratos was compared to this. God of War 2018 does the opposite. The camera is always right behind Kratos, so when you meet the World Serpent or giant dragons or anything, the camera stays behind Kratos and it looks up at these gigantic creatures, and to me, that makes them feel more imposing. It doesn't emphasise how small Kratos is, it emphasises how massive these things are that he is up against, and it works amazingly well. Both approaches do, but looking up at a 200-foot dragon in the eyes is pretty daunting. Mass Effect is a great example of this as well, by the way. There's a moment where you look up at a 2-kilometre high Reaper from right underneath it in the third game, and it's jaw-dropping. But even the Reapers aren't as massive as the World Serpent in this God of War game. That thing is said to wrap around the entire planet, and when you meet it for the first time, that's one of my favourite moments in the game. It is absolutely gigantic. In the end, God of War is a fantastic game that raised the bar for combat, storytelling, graphics, and just games in general, and even today, it is one of the best looking games that you could ever play. That's why I'm giving God of War a very well deserved 10 out of 10. Yes, fantastic, isn't it? Well done me. Thank you for watching, and if you want more God of War, I'd recommend you go watch the documentary on YouTube. It's called Raising Kratos. It's on PlayStation's YouTube channel. It is a fascinating watch. Any God of War fans, I would watch that. It's 2 hours long and it's brilliant. Remember to like and subscribe for more reviews and videos, and remember to click the bell so you get notified the second I upload my next video. Cheerio!